Hi, I'm coming to you today with a completely different video than usual. This one is a little more of a life update because I've got some big news to share with you, as well as a little bit of something I've been keeping from you. I haven't actually been able to eat a vegetable in almost 6 weeks, and I'm going to be sharing with you why today. I've got a whole list of things I want to go through, but the big news is that Flynn and I are expecting a little one, a little baby, in February 2020. We are so excited. We are almost at I think we're at 13 weeks and 5 days of pregnancy right now. And everything has been going so great. So what I'm going to do with this video today is just give you a little bit of update on what's going on, what my eating looks like now, what my exercise looks like now, all of the symptoms that I've been experiencing, and oh my gosh, I've got to say, I've got a whole different respect for what it's like to go through pregnancy. And I want to just talk a little bit about how it's affected my health and my life. But one of the biggest things that has really changed for me becoming pregnant is realizing how grateful Flynn and I both are to be able to get pregnant. Because if you've been following my videos for very long, you'll know that last year I filmed a video that for about 4 or 5 years in a row, I wasn't able to get my period for 3 to 4 months every single year. And although, pregnancy seemed so far off at that point, that was something to me that I was always like, I wonder if this will affect anything when we decide to get pregnant. So just over 2 years ago, Flynn and I decided to eliminate sugar and flour from our diet and really take back our health, start exercising more regularly, and really start looking at what was happening on the inside of our bodies. And I was able to actually get my period back regularly. And the crazy thing is that we are so grateful and blessed and lucky, but we actually got pregnant on our very first try. And Flynn and I were so excited to talk to each other and be like, I wonder how much of this had to do with that change in lifestyle we made. I mean, how much of it has to do with the going organic, buying wild salmon, putting healthy whole foods in our body, and, only eating sugar and flour 1 day a week. How much of that change actually ended up being due to that? Because I had expected so much to have the experience that so many couples have, and to have to try and go through that experience and wonder, but it was such an amazing experience, and I can't help but give thanks to my past self for taking my life now so seriously and cutting out that sugar and flour and starting to treat my body, in a way that was looking out for my future and my health. And it's just so exciting. So we are so thankful. So let's get started on this video. I've got some fun topics I want to cover today just to kind of give you guys an idea of what's going on. I've got them written out on my phone here. So as far as symptoms, I have been very lucky. And I spoke to moms. I've spoken to Paisley, really? She wants to be in the video. She's back there climbing and everything. But as far as symptoms, I've had it pretty good. So we found out we were pregnant at, I think it was just before 6 weeks, and it was totally a coinky-dink that we found out because we had been testing, because I kind of went off birth control and we didn't know what was really going on. And I was having my bridal shower that day, and I was like, I want to have a drink. I want to have a drink at my bridal shower. So I went and did a quick pregnancy test, and I was like, Flynn, go to the dollar store right now. You get me another pregnancy test. We need to confirm if this is true. And the great thing was, because it was right before the bridal shower, we got to share with so much of our family that was already there helping us set up for the bridal shower. So what Flynn and I have actually done is we have set up an entirely separate Instagram account. It's called, I think it's like at the.flowers family on Instagram, where we're going to be posting all things family and baby related, including all the reaction videos of our family that we caught on camera. So much fun. But we're going to be posting it over there because I want to keep, this channel and this page mainly fitness, health, and mindset related, because that's what we do. But this is going to be a part of my life, so I wanted to make sure that I shared that with you too. But when we first found out at about 6 weeks, I had cramps, on and off, like cramps for a couple of weeks, which I read was normal, although it totally made me freak out and have anxiety for the first, 4 to 6 weeks. That, oh my God, what is going on? Why am I cramping? Obviously, I've been experiencing so much of the exhaustion and fatigue that comes with pregnancy. And I gotta say, they tell you you're gonna feel tired, but it's not a tired like you've ever experienced before. It's like your whole life energy has been zapped from you. It's the most strange thing. It's like you try to get up and you're just, oh, it just feels like you've been hit by a truck. It's not like, you know, you missed a couple nights sleep or you stayed up too late last night. It's like this physical draining from your body. And that, I think, was the biggest thing for me, because you guys know I'm always up, I'm exercising, I have a to-do list a mile long, I'm very productive. But this really hit me like a ton of bricks. Like, I was knocked on my butt. I had to really sit back and be like, hey, this is my reality right now, and if I get less done in a day, that's fine. My house isn't as clean, that's fine. I don't work as hard this next couple weeks, that's fine. But that was really a lesson for me, because I know we can be hard on ourselves, right? We just want to be able to keep running at the speed we're running at. And then the only really other symptoms I had, a little acid refluxy and some headaches from here and there, and I was so blessed not to experience morning sickness. And I've had a couple people say, oh, that definitely means you're having a boy. We'll find out. I know so many of those pregnancy predictors can be wrong, but it has been great so far. I would say the only other thing that I've been experiencing is, oh my gosh, emotional. I love big, I hurt big, I'm happy big, and I'm sad big. Like, I do everything on the extreme of things, but I gotta tell you, these pregnancy hormones, whew, I've been keeping a list of some of the things that have made me cry that would not make a normal person cry. So for example, when we first found out we were pregnant, I was like, oh my God, I need to take a photo because I want to document this whole thing. It's so fascinating, right? And, you know, I get up and I'm in my sports bra and I'm in front of the mirror and I'm like, what are these? What are these? What are these? And I'm poor Flynn. I go over and look at the photos and I burst into tears. He's like, what? And I was like, you took them on a downward angle. Who looks good in a photo on a downward angle? And I was just in tears, inconsolable, and he was like, Tessa, I actually don't know what to do right now. Like, what do you want me to do with this? I was like, it's fine, I'm out of control right now. Just take them more direct. And it was just the most ridiculous thing. And the second thing that made me end up crying was I was upstairs getting ready and Flynn's like, hey, I'm gonna go down and make breakfast. Do you want breakfast? I was like, absolutely. And then he called up that breakfast was ready and I was in the shower. I was like, oh, coming, dried off, threw on a shirt, ran downstairs, and he was done eating breakfast. And I was like, you didn't wait for me? He's like, well, no, I have to go to work. And I was like, should I just go back upstairs? He's like, I don't know, maybe? And I started crying because he ate breakfast without me because I took too long to get downstairs. I mean, you guys, it's just literally things like that over and over again. He threw out a can of beans and that made me cry. I was crying the other day because I felt left out, that I wasn't going to get to drink with everybody at my own wedding. Like, you guys, I'm going to tell you, the things that have set me off are just laughable at this point. Poor Flynn, he's just taken on the great attitude of, he calls it this. His actually coworkers gave him this advice. Yes, dear. Just say yes, dear, especially in those kind of moments, because it's the most bizarre thing to be fully aware that you are having an overreaction to something like that and still have it feel so real to you. Like, knowing that I was bawling over a can of refried beans being thrown in the garbage, he's like, I thought they looked bad. I didn't want to give you something bad, but no, I can't explain. It's just such a dramatic thing. Anyways, that is as far as symptoms. So beyond the crying and the tiredness, which thank goodness, because we are a second trimester starting on Saturday, I am almost feeling like back to myself, which has been such a blessing. Now, the nutrition. Oh, you guys, life has changed and not for the better. I am sad to say that my food aversion, the food, you know how pregnant people, they don't like something. Some people are put off by the smell of meat. Some people don't like eggs. No, you know what mine is? Vegetables. I can't even stand the thought of eating a vegetable. It makes my tongue water, even talking about it right now. It's just like, woo! And this I'm really waiting for to pass. Like, knowing we're going into second trimester on Saturday, please let me get my vegetable life back, because apparently I have been inducted into the beige diet society, because that is all I'm able to eat lately without feeling extremely put off. And I gotta say, food aversions are the weirdest thing. It's like, the idea of eating that food is not only just like a no, it's like a physical no. Like, no, tongue watering, don't go there, kind of bad. And this started right away, and I would eat salads, and I would just sit there and I would gag. And then I tried, okay, well maybe I'll just do cut up vegetables or something. Nope. gag the whole time during that too. And I started looking at what I was eating, and I went online and I realized I'm eating the beige diet. There's eggs, which, let's be real, they're kind of yellow, but they're sometimes beige. There's rice, there's chicken, there's ground meat. There is, we've been going to do tortillas and fajitas because that's, you know, still beige. I've been eating just some light cereals, and the crazy thing is when you're on the beige diet, you have to bring back flour because there's not a lot to eat. And I have been able to get away with eating some fruit, thankfully. But the craziest thing is, for the last 2 years of my life, I don't eat sugar, I don't eat flour, I don't eat fruit. And by some bizarre twist of the universe, these are the only 3 things I'm able to eat right now. So not only am I feeling, you know, hit by a truck with pregnancy tired, but these foods, I forgot how terrible they make you feel. I forgot how foggy your brain feels and how slow you feel and how you don't want to get up in the morning and how your energy is sapped and how your mood is affected. Like, I forgot what life was like over on this end. And I gotta tell you, I'm really waiting for those vegetables to come back. So the crazy thing is we had Buddha bowls and salads planned for the wedding. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm not gonna be able to eat. But I tried a little salad and I got it down. So I tried another salad on Tuesday and I kind of got it down, but then I made a mistake. I went and made a salad and put some hummus in it, gagged the whole way through, and now I am not able to eat salad anymore. We're back on the heck no to the vegetable train. So I am patiently waiting for that to come back as well. But as far as that, no eating veggies. I also need to eat right away when I wake up. So I've been having trouble doing any intermittent fasting, and I've kind of had to take a step back from that because if I feel really icky if I don't get up and eat right away. I've also had to eat really small meals every 2 to 3 hours because I can't get over how hungry I am, which is totally different than eating 2 to 3 big meals, not starting until noon. So it's been a really big lifestyle adjustment. But what I am doing during this time is I know that right now my body is making another human, and it's not my responsibility to, you know, do what I want to do. I have to listen to my body and make sure that I am feeling great for the baby. And that is the most important thing. And if that means I have to eat right in the morning to avoid feeling a little icky, if that means I have to eat every couple hours to keep my blood sugar up so I don't feel lightheaded, then that's what I need to do. And I know that come the time when, you know, the baby is born and we go back to regular life, I can start doing all of those things that I love. But right now, I'm not the priority, and I have to just focus on keeping my health the best I can along the way. So basically, that's that as far as that goes. It's just as far as weird food cravings I've had so far. Tuna sandwich. It just came out. I saw it on a YouTube video, and I was just like, I have to have that. Who doesn't eat a tuna fish sandwich? I had a big craving for burritos, and please note that all of these are also beige foods. Number 3, Honey Nut Cheerios. Oh, I would have given anything for Honey Nut Cheerios that week. I was driving home from work, and I called Flynn, and I was like, we need pho right now. We need pho right now. I'm not going to be able to make it if we don't have noodles right now. Also not healthy for you, and also beige. And then I got really into having regular Cheerios with blueberries and strawberries. And then the worst one, I went to Walmart and we were grocery shopping for the wedding to get all the stuff for the Buddha bowls. We were going to Costco. I saw this jar of dill pickles, and I kid you not, it is the biggest cliche. I saw a jar of dill pickles. I grabbed that sucker, I opened it, and I had a dill pickle, and I ate them all day right out of the jar while we were preparing for the wedding. The best, but I gotta tell you, that was the biggest one. I couldn't even wait to get home. I just had to eat it right out of the jar. Dill pickles, so freaking good, so cliche. But that's as far as nutrition goes. Really, I'm just waiting for vegetables to come back so I can start feeling like myself again. There's a lot of guilt that goes into knowing that you're not eating the way that nourishes your body, but right now it's just really about listening. listening. It'll all be okay. I'll love vegetables again eventually. Okay, so after talking about the beige diet, the last thing that has changed so much is exercise. Oh, I wasn't expecting this either. There's just so much that we're not told about what happens when you get pregnant to your body. You are second priority to the baby growing inside of you. So one of the biggest things that I noticed right away was, I actually noticed this before we found out we were pregnant. I just didn't want to get up in the morning, and my heart rate would get up so fast that I would feel nauseous doing any basic activity. And I kept going, what is wrong? Maybe I'm sick. I don't know what it is. So naturally, running was one of the very first things I had to give up. Now, not because running is a bad thing, But because every time I went running, I would get really bad cramps and it would last the whole day. And I thought the first time it was a coincidence, but it wasn't. It happened the second time too. So I thought, ooh, I shouldn't be cramping all day just from going for a run. So I think this is best to put on the back burner for now. And it really makes me sad because you guys know I've been so in love with Peloton running lately. I've been getting super fast and super sweaty during those workouts, but those had to go on the back burner. The other thing, so, okay, for example, my heart rate is 105 sitting here and talking to you right now. That's not normal. A normal heart rate sitting here and talking to you is 75. So what I found out happens is as you go through pregnancy, your blood volume increases because you need to get lots of nutrients and blood to the baby. So it can go up by as much as 30%. So your body has a whole lot of extra blood to pump around. So my heartbeat is so much faster than it used to be. Like I just go on a walk and I'm sitting up at 115, 120. I taught a boot camp class on Sunday and my Fitbit told me, good work on your intense exercise. I didn't even do the class. All I did was demo the moves and then get excited and cheer them on and tell them they were doing an awesome job. So yeah, it's really hard to do much of anything lately without getting my heart rate up. So I really had to pull back the intensity, pull back the weights, take longer breaks, and again, really start listening into my body. So besides that and being the heart rate up, one of the other great symptoms of that 30% blood volume increase is having to pee 2 to 3 times every single night. Really? Is this necessary? I gotta tell you, sleep goes out the window, I think, from here on out in life because it only gets worse when you actually have the baby. But right now, I'm just trying to manage peeing 2 to 3 times a night because it is, I gotta tell you, it is so disruptive. And one of the things that I've really started to do to help me with my activity, because let's be frank, it's really hard to get up at 6 a.m. in the morning now when you're up all night peeing and your body's exhausted anyway. So I've had to adjust my workout schedule. I'm not going 5 to 6 days a week anymore, I'm going 4. But what I did was I actually went and invested in this Fitbit last weekend, and it is called the Inspire. It's one of their new ones. But what it basically does is I'm looking at my steps because that I can be responsible for. My heart rate can go up. I might not be able to do what I love with running, but what I can do is get my steps in. And this is helping me motivate myself to have an active pregnancy where I feel really good every day. I'm staying active because there's nothing worse than feeling this tired. Let's be honest, feeling like a bloated blob and not moving and feeling sluggish. So this has really helped me this week get my game back up to at least, you know what, if I'm not gonna work out today, I'm dang well going for a walk and hitting those 10,000 steps. This has been wonderful, but this has also told me how many times I pee during the night, because if you have a Fitbit, it shows you how much time you spend in light sleep, deep sleep, dreamland, and time awake. I spend an hour and a half awake every night because of having to wake up and pee and go back to sleep. And it's really made me realize, like, oh, that's why I'm so tired. Oh, these are actually fantastic. I couldn't be happier with this, and it's really gonna help me stay on track with all of my goals during this fit and healthy pregnancy. So really, what am I doing for exercise right now? Well, the running is out, the heavy weightlifting is out. I'm basically doing moderate to heavy weight, so I'm sticking, with 15-pound dumbbells, 20-pound dumbbells, and a little bit lighter than that. I'm doing walking more and more often now. I'm doing yoga more and more often now, and I'm sticking to spin. You guys know I talk about that app, Peloton. I do the spin classes on there, and I do scale them back. You can even hear, I'm out of breath right now. I'm trying, but essentially what is changed is just the intensity is brought back. Now that I'm exiting my first trimester, I'm finding that my energy is coming back. I'm able to start getting up at like 6:30 again, so we're gonna start reintroducing some of those morning workouts. But that's what's been going on with me. So much has changed, and I'm really waiting for life to kind of normalize again, but I kind of guess that never happens from here on out. We're all super excited, our whole family is, but I'm also personally, I don't know what my life is going to look like on the other end, and I think it's one of those just things that I'm having to think about, and I'm a little nervous, and I'm working through, and what does my business look like on the other end, and where am I going to put my office? Like, let's be frank, that's going to be the baby room. Where is my glam office going to go? It's going to be in the kitchen. So there's so many changes coming. So we are already starting to plan ahead. Flynn and I had a date last week where we started planning out financially. What do we need for the baby? What do we need to save? What do we need to move into a bigger home? Because we have 2 bedrooms right now. Realistically, if we're going to have 2 kids, we're going to need more bedrooms than that. So what can we do to set ourselves up so that we can grow and get that next house so that we can have a family that fits in this house. So there's all kinds of things like that that are going on the back end here. But I mean, I hope you enjoyed that little life update. We don't do these very often, and I still, like I said, I'm gonna keep this channel and this page, you know, really mindset, mental weight loss, exercise, nutrition focused, but I also want you to know what's going on in my life. So if you really want to follow along on this whole journey of, I guess, us becoming parents, we have an Instagram account called @the.flowersfamily, and we're going to be posting that kind of stuff all on there if you want to keep up to date with that. But I thank you so much for watching this and, you know, letting me share and finding out about what's going on. So I got to tell you, one of the biggest things I have been looking forward to since finding out I've been pregnant, besides telling you guys, because that was really hard to keep secret. If you've noticed, I don't post salad photos anymore. That's where they've gone. Is I am so excited to start doing bump dates. I saw them on Instagram when this girl I really admired, she did them, and I thought it was so fun to see the bump growing. So we're gonna do the first bump date, and then we will sign off for here. So let me move everything back. So we are 13 weeks and 6 days today into this pregnancy, which means we cross into second trimester tomorrow, and we're coming along. Like, I can start to see it coming along, but I gotta tell you, it is so much bigger at night. I wake up feeling normal. I go to bed looking like a balloon. So I will be posting photos and stuff as we go. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments along the way. I hope you guys have an excellent rest of your week. And now that I can finally share what's going on in my life, you'll be getting a little more behind the scenes details. Have an absolutely fantastic week, and we will talk to you next time. Bye!